Uganda Eyenkya.
Honorable colleagues, I want to welcome you to today's sitting. I hope you're relaxed. Yeah? Okay? Very good. I'm also relaxed. Yes. This house is guided by the rules of procedure. And from today and onwards, I want us to apply the rules of procedure to the latter. From today and onwards, appealing to the lenience, to the flexibility of the Speaker, I have decided that that one will no longer apply to me. I will only be applying the rules the way they are. And I request you, honorable colleagues, let the rules be rules, which includes when a member is speaking, we must listen to that member in silence. And then we can have a chance to also speak. Number two, honorable colleagues, when I make my communication, I will not be allowing reactions to my communication. My communication is my communication in the rules. It's not provided for. I want to apply the rules the way they are. Because that's what, honorable colleagues, you've demanded from me, to apply the rules the way they are. So in the rules, I don't have any provision called the reaction to the Speaker's communication, to the Chair's communication. Number three, honorable colleagues, I want us to enforce the rules properly, including dressing code. So dressing code, which is clearly provided for under Rule 82 of our rules of procedure, will be, because under African wear is where we have had an abuse. I will no longer allow shirts, mere shirts in the house. And because this is a place of dignity and suits, okay? So I want us to apply properly what is defined as African shirts. Some are bought in Europe. They are not even African. And this rule is also applying to committees. It has been brought to my attention that members work in committees in jeans, in sneakers, in canvas, in flats. Some are about to enter in shorts. And also for the women, kindly try to be as decent as possible. Okay? So we shall define it, at least to be clear for African wear. We want, it's a full suit. It's a suit. It's not just a shirt and you say this is African wear. It should match. It should be a matching suit. Either safari or, you know, let's have it clear. Number four, honorable colleagues, from today and onward, of course, if a member, for example, has an injury and he approaches the Speaker in a time and you explain yourself, you show me cause, we can have an exception and we understand the member is injured, he cannot put on. He cannot put on. Please, the Speaker is hard in silence. You're already breaking the rules. Honorable colleagues, no more approaching the Speaker's chair. I want to repeat this. No more walking over to the Speaker. Except for three. Number one, the lead of government business. And also it doesn't mean we do it all the time, and she has not been doing it all the time. The leader of government business, the leader of opposition, and the government chief whip. And any other person whom the Speaker, presiding officer, can invite for consultation. But you will be approaching the chair through cheats. That's why we have officers in white uniforms who will be able to pick your communication, and I'll be responding to you also in the same manner. That will help me to listen and concentrate Because sometimes a member is just submitting, I'm here talking to a colleague and I'm supposed to guide. I'm stuck. I end up giving communication that is not satisfactory. Number 4, of course, as per our rules, honorable colleagues, even where my communication there is no reaction, there is always an exception. A leader from this bench and a leader from this bench. For them, it's always a given according to the rules. But I also want to limit that so that it doesn't become a statement, it doesn't become 10 minutes, how many minutes? We also have limited space. But the good thing, I have 2 decent people who understand the rules here, and they would want us indeed to progress. Number 4, honorable colleagues, I want, number 6, okay. I want to read for you verbatim 2 very critical rules. One is Rule 83. During a sitting, it talks about behavior of members in the House. During a sitting, A member shall enter or leave the House with decorum. B, a member shall not cross the floor of the House or move around unnecessarily. C, while a member is speaking, all other members shall be silent and shall not make unseemly interruptions. I remember how Honorable Yero Fono suffered here some time back and his time was gone. 4, when a member has finished his or her observation, he or she shall resume his or her seat. E, a maiden speech shall not be interrupted. I don't think we have maiden speeches coming up. F, a member shall not, without the consent of the speaker, bring into the House anything other than papers, books, or other documents which are directly connected with the business of the House. G, a member shall not bring into the House any camera, arms or weapon, tape recorder, transistor radio, and H, a member shall not clap in the House. 2, under 83.2, notwithstanding paragraph G, a member may bring in specific electronic devices that cannot disrupt the proceedings of the House and also pass the security test of Parliament. Rule 84, use of unparliamentary language. It is out of order to use offensive, abusive, insulting, blasphemous, or unbecoming words, or to impute improper motives to a member, or to make personal allusions. Of course, under 85, the behavior of a member shall be guided by the code of conduct of members prescribed in Appendix F. I have seen flexibility is never rewarded. And you have proved that to me from all sides. Of course, I will remain, I can assure you of this. I'm a very patient character. And I will continue being patient. I will continue. That one, okay? Especially if any colleague thinks I will react to what they do to me outside in terms of TikTok, Twitter, what. I will also join, I follow them, I become their member. We all laugh together because it makes maybe people happy. That one will not, because I want us to apply the rules here the way they are. If there is anything I've read or I've referred to outside these rules, I will need your guidance. You tell me, right, Honorable Speaker, what you have said is outside the rules. Otherwise, the rules I will be applying are rules which, honorable colleagues, you made and I must implement, including when I make a ruling, it will be final. If you want to challenge my ruling, the rules give you a leeway of challenging it. It's not that I'm an alpha and omega. I have a duty. I know as colleagues, you have a duty to deliver to your constituents. You have a duty for your constituents to see you're behaving in a certain manner or you deliver the ABCD. But I have a duty to protect the dignity of this House. And I will ensure that is done. But I request you, honorable colleagues, that indeed we accommodate each other, because it's in Parliament where we can accommodate each other. I will give you time to speak. I will give, as long as your content is in line with the rules. I will give you time to bring your issues here, because it's provided for. But I will request you accommodate each other. The day you stop accommodating each other as a house, we shall have roasted. I want to thank you. Rob had requested me, there is something he wanted to say. Now, also, by the way, I forgot on the issue of procedure and all that. Now, whenever you rise up on a point of procedure, I had introduced it and the colleagues said, this is too hard, this is too rough, this is... Whenever procedure should be about proceedings that are going on at that time. So whenever you raise it, a point of procedure, kindly start with the rule, okay, that is being affected in the proceedings, in the ongoing proceedings. I have said my communication will not be debated because it's not provided for, and you have requested me to follow the rules. As I'm still communicating, so you can't bring procedure when I'm still communicating. Colleagues, let me allow law, and then I can get the procedure.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. First of all, I'd like to thank you for the plethora of communications you have made in regard to the rules. It's elaborate. I have asked my Attorney General to study the directives therein, that they can advise us on the mode of compliance to the Speaker's directives as they relate to the rules, because they have far-reaching implications on the running of Parliament, Right Honourable Speaker. And when we're done, we will seek your space to share with you our considered opinion on the applications of your directives, sir. That said, Right Honourable Speaker, we are coming from the backdrop of a standoff in the House over matters relating to the demands we made on the floor of this House regarding disrespect of human rights and other tenant violations, Right Honourable Speaker. Your communication today relates to our own conduct, Right Honourable Speaker, and the mode of application of rules. There are two. I have received reports, Right Honourable Speaker, from my members that even when you are communicating to that effect, our space, our house is not safe, that we are actually surrounded. They're surrounded by the military, including vehicles in which some of us were dumped during the Tojikwatako debate, and they are surrounding Parliament, whether by your own instruction, whether by the intervention of external forces. Right Honourable Speaker, you've been speaking to decorum, speaking to order, and members speaking talking and submitting under the rules. If the House is surrounded, that is a toxic environment, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, it will be in the interest of this House that you use your authority to ascertain the circumstances under which the House is sitting. And if we are sitting under duress, Right Honourable Speaker, then we have lost it as well, regardless of what the rules say. Right Honourable Speaker, that said, we had a meeting in your boardroom, my side and the government side, to speak to the issues that obtained in the House over the last two sittings. And when I asked you to take leave to go and compare notes with my team, we have had a conversation about the happenings and what took place in that meeting, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, we still have challenges, and my side is still constrained to make proper progress. We have studied the order paper. I have informed them of your guidance and directive. We still find a constraint that the order paper is starting on a fresh page as if nothing has happened. And the recollection that we had an inconclusive debate over the last 2 days, and that the debate does not augur and offer hope to a nation that was awaiting for the House of Parliament to sit and offer direction to this country as to the happenings, regardless of the altercations on either side of the House, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, my side is still demanding that this House will progress well if we have that debate concluded, Right Honourable Speaker. And that we are ready to play to the rules as long as there is respect from either side of the House. Namely, that we find constraining that the government cannot commit, even after the statement was made, that there will be no violations. So my side is finding it problematic to progress with the business on the order paper without that matter settled, Right Honourable Speaker. Thirdly, that you had guided that I will make my official statement tomorrow. I will be available to make a detailed statement relating to a whole plethora of issues relating to these violations, including unanswered questions from the Minister of Security, under whose docket citizens were abducted and they disappeared, the Minister of Internal Affairs, under whose pretendency violations continue, the Prime Minister, under whose pretendency there's no action taken on murders, on disappearances. I will make that statement tomorrow, Right Honourable Speaker. And that I give the House oral notice that we shall bring a motion with your indulgence next week to have these matters considered by the House, Right Honourable Speaker. In the circumstances, we are constrained to continue, Right Honourable Speaker.
Thank you, Lop.
Can I just conclude that in compliance with the rules, because the rules do not constrain us from taking that decision, it's better than putting the House on fire, Right Honourable Speaker. We are looking for distance to prevail as long as people opening their eyes and ears to the afflictions of our people. This is not about these members. It's not about us, it's about the country. Right Honourable Speaker, lastly, we are also requesting that you reconsider the sitting arrangement of the House. In compliance with the rules, the arrangement hitherto undertaken by the Speaker was okay, that members would freely sit. After all, we are legislating for the same people, but it has been abused. I am unable to tell who are the people coming my side and smelling intoxicants and behaving in a manner I cannot control. I want to have a team that I can control. And when asked to account for the conduct of my members, I can make a full accountability. There are members whose conduct I cannot manage, and I do not know them. I have no idea to their background. I cannot understand their motivation. That the Right Honourable Speaker invokes Rule 9, that we are compliant to the sitting arrangement. That will help the presiding officer to observe and guide on decorum, Right Honourable Speaker, because you do not have 100 eyes. But if you ask the Chief Whip this side to account for particular noise that we cannot explain, then he's able to account for his people. I'm very sure my brother, the Honourable Hampson, will also be able to account for the conduct of his people, including probably managing the gate to keep out those who are not fit enough to be part of this honourable audience, Right Honourable Speaker. I so submit.
Thank you, Lop. Thank you. I have received a notice from Sergeant at Arms with regard to the issue of security. Lop, first of all, I want to make it very clear that I have not ordered for any extra security at Parliament, and it's not necessary. There is nothing that warranted that. That's number one. And please, honourable colleagues, just listen. I have received this note. Right Honourable Speaker, security being referred to, the security outside the Parliament is an area under Kampala Metropolitan Police. Parliamentary, and they have received information, in fact, good information, which they can tell us, that the extra security we are seeing outside was intelligence information of broader groups of people that were planning to come to Parliament. Now, honorable colleagues, as a presiding officer, I cannot have powers over issues outside Parliament. My jurisdiction is Parliament, okay? My jurisdiction is Parliament. And maybe if the minister needs to inform me if there is any extra measure they've taken, then I would be glad, yeah. But inside Parliament and anything to do with parliamentary security, we are still okay.
Honourable Speaker, thank you for that assurance. In 2017, 16, I beg your pardon, I survived by a whisker. Those who attacked us came from outside the Parliament. What should even scare members more, that two televisions, NBS and NTV, always live stream. They have been put off the live stream. So can we legislate in that kind of environment? They are off, you can confirm, Honourable Speaker. And I think it's adequate enough for me to now honorably take leave. Thank you.
Munsi buli omwali n'ekirooto kuba kuwaguza kulafuubana n'okulemerako okutuuka ku buwanguzi. Ddala wamma ggwe luba lunaku mulindwa okyasobeddwa eka ne mu kibira nga weebuuza omuntu omutuufu anaakutuusa ku makula g'ebirooto byo oba okooye kuferebwa. Kankwanjulire aba Brand Pro Property Services Limited abeegulidde erinnya mu kutuukiriza ebirooto by'abantu ebyekuusa ku ttaka. Bagula wamu n'okutunda ettaka n'amayumba ku buli luguudo lwa Uganda wamu n'okwetooloola ensi yonna mu mawanga agatali gamu nga USA, India wamu ne Bungereza. Tulina estates eziwedde okuzimbibwa. Gano makula bukula weegulire ennyumba ey'ekirooto kyo olwaleero ku bbeeyi esoboka. Naawe anoonyeeza okupangisa tuzirina ng'ate tusobola n'okukulaakulanya ettaka, amayumba oba estates zo ne zeegombesa buli muntu. Oyagala saveya oba olina ekizibu kyonna nga kyekuusa ku ttaka, bitukwase g'osirike. Tusangibwa ku MT House ku maliro ogusooka Room 5 ewazana ku Entebbe Road okuliraana ekizimbe kya Muguluma Empire. Osobola okutukubira oba okutuweereza obubaka ku WhatsApp namba zaffe Note 773 206 58 Note oba Note 703 824 Note 79 ne ku website www.brandpro.co.ug. ate mwe bankuba kyeyo ebyammwe byateredde anti osobola okugula poloti oba okufuna ennyumba n'okomawo nga buli kimu kiri malidaadi saana. Sebatuka abafera olwaleero ng'okolagana ne Brand Pro Property Services Limited tutuukiriza birooto.
Uganda Eyenkya.